brightness gleaming, to cheer the wanderer lone and tempest-tossed. No storms can hide that radiance peaceful beaming, since Jesus came to seek and save the lost. Give me the Bible, holy message shining, thy light shall guide me in the narrow way. Precept and promise, law and love combining, till night shall vanish in eternal day. Give me the Bible when my heart is broken, when sin and grief have filled my soul with fear. Give me the precious words by Jesus spoken. Hold up faith's lamp to show my Savior near. Give me the Bible, holy message shining, thy light shall guide me in the narrow way. Precept and promise, law and love combining, till night shall vanish in eternal day. Give me the Bible, all my steps enlighten, teach me the dangers of these realms below. That lamp of safety o'er the gloom shall brighten, that light alone the path of peace can show. Give me the Bible, holy message shining, thy light shall guide me in the narrow way. Precept and promise, law and love combining, till night shall vanish in eternal day. Give me the Bible, lamp of life immortal, hold up that splendor by the open grave. Show me the light from heaven's shining portals, show me the glory gilding Jordan's wave. Give me the Bible, holy message shining, thy light shall guide me in the narrow way. Precept and promise, law and love combining, till night shall vanish in eternal day. Break thou the bread of life, dear Lord, to me, as thou didst break the loaves beside the sea. Beyond the sacred page, I seek thee, Lord. My spirit pants for thee, O living word. Bless thou the truth, dear Lord, to me, as thou didst bless the bread by Galilee. Then shall all bondage cease, all fetters fall, and I shall find my peace, my all in all.
And the old prospector here. We had one viewer for a short, brief moment in time, and now we don't. Ezra, you still haven't got everybody tagged in yet. There you go. Now you got them all in there. Hey, we got one viewer. Hello, stranger. Did you get Sam? Yes, you did. All right. All righty. Well. It's Laura. Hello, Laura. Are you ready to go mining today? Sam's here now, too. Sam's got to turn up his hearing aid. The hearing aid of his heart. What a good way to put it there, Sam. Laura says, let's do this. All right. Well, I want to, we're going to have to get into things because I don't know what time they're going to start coming out here to be moving on to the next destination. So let's get into our text and examine this vein of gold. We're going to be reading Psalm 10 today as another jet goes overhead. Psalm 10. Why standest thou afar off, O Lord? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire. The blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after God. God is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. He croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. He hath said in his heart, God hath forgotten. He hideth his face, he will never see it. Arise, O Lord God, O God, lift up thine hand, forget not the humble. Wherefore doth the wicked contemn God? He hath said in his heart, thou wilt not require it. Thou hast seen it, for thou beholdest mischief and spite, to requite with thy hand. The poor committeth himself unto thee, thou art the helper of the fatherless. Break thou the arm of the wicked and the evil man. Seek out his wickedness till thou find none. The Lord is king forever and ever. The heathen are perished out of his land. Lord, thou hast heard the desire of the humble. Thou wilt prepare their heart. Thou wilt cause thine ear to hear, to judge the fatherless and the oppressed, that the man of the earth may no more oppress. All right, let's jump into it. Back to verse 1, if you would, Ezra. The psalmist begins by stating that it seems as if God is far away, far off. It's almost like that song made popular by Bette Midler, which says, "God is watching us from a distance." And David says, "Why standest thou afar off, O Lord? Why hidest thou in times of trouble?" And then here's his reasoning for this particular verse. The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. And he goes through each and every one of these following verses, talking about how the wicked does this and is confident in his wicked ways. The wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, verse 3. Keep going. And he blesses the covetous. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after God. God is not at all, and it is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. God's judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved. I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud, and under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He lurks in the dark places of the villages. In the secret places, he murders the innocent. His eyes are privately set against the poor. He lies in wait secretly. He crouches and humbleth himself that the poor may fall into his, verse 10, Ezra. And it may fall by his strong ones. In other words, he deceives the people. He's said in his heart that God is forgotten. He hides his face. Therefore, he thinks God will never see it. That God doesn't know. So these are things that make make it seem as if God is far off. In today's world, we look at, we might have the tendency to think that God is far off because, after all, if God, the common complaint is if there is a God, why is there suffering in the world? Why is there, why did my loved one have to die at the hands of a drunk driver? Or, and you can continue on with this vein of thought, when in reality, God is not far off. It is us who have removed ourselves from God. And by us, I mean man in general, not us as in Christians. We're like David saying, arise, O Lord, O God, lift up your hand, forget not the humble. We're like the ones that are saying, or that are calling out to God as the psalmist does. Keep going, Ezra. You have seen it. You behold mischief and spite. You will require it of their hand. The poor committeth himself to you, and you are a helper. No worries, Sean. And so in all of this trial and tribulation and all the suffering that goes on, the first thought of people is, why is there suffering in this world? Why are people being killed by cancer? Why are people being killed by drunk drivers if there is a God? And they condemn God. And yet the psalmist says, God sees. God is there. He will require evil of evil men. He's going to punish it. Romans chapter 12, verses 17 through 21. The psalmist says, break thou the arm of the wicked and the evil man. Seek out his wickedness till thou find none. God will punish. The Lord is king forever and ever. The heathen are perished out of his land. There will be no heathen in the kingdom of God. No worries, Sean. Keep going, Ezra. The Lord hast heard the desire of the humble. You will prepare their heart. You will cause your ear to hear. God's God's ears are open to the ear of those that fear him. Your ear will hear the righteous prayer when they pray without a doubt, and they shall pray without a doubt. You give to all men liberally, and so we'll praise thy name, O Lord. It's a song I wrote based off of many verses throughout the scriptures. The psalmist says to judge the fatherless and the oppressed, that the man of the earth may no more oppress. Brings to mind James chapter 1, verses 20 through 27. What is our duty? To visit the fatherless and the widows in their affliction, and to keep ourselves unspotted from the world. That's true religion. That's what it means to devote ourselves to God. Our golden nugget from this is that God is not far off. Even though it appears through the suffering of man, through all the different things that are going on, as if there is no God, it is those exact things that should cause us to turn to God in our affliction, not turn away. For it is in those times that we should realize that God hears and God supplies. God will judge and God will strengthen. This is the old prospector thanking you for joining us on another mining trip through the gold mine of the pages of the Bible. Hopefully we've provided at least one nugget for you to put into your jar this day. Sam says you have to remember that the devil will make evil do what they do, but God is there for righteousness. Psalm 1:6. The devil never makes a person do anything, Sam. We need to remember that. The devil will tempt, but it is ultimately our choice. It is our choice whether or not we give in and do what the devil wants us to do. It is our choice. The age-old refrain from children, the devil made me do it. No, he didn't. He does tempt. You're right. He takes what we lust after and he tempts us, but he doesn't make us do it. It's our choice. But God is right there. No worries. No one can make you do something that you choose not to do. No one. And remember also that even then, Satan doesn't operate the same way as he did back when Job, Sean. Christ has crushed him. He's put limits. He seeks whom he can devour. That's true. He uses our own temptations. He's limited to our own temptations. Christ has the victory. I gotta go, guys. Take care. I'll see you on the next adventure. God bless.